Hi there, everyone. This week, we're going to go over the rules for in-person showings and listing appointments in Kitsap County during COVID. And the reason we're going to go over these is because it's something that the community needs to know and agents need to know. And while our MLS and our Washington Association of Realtors have gone over this over and over and over, while we're out in the field, we continually have clients that may not get the same information that realtors and MLS agents are getting. So I'm Stephanie Dupuis with Dupuis team at Keller Williams West Sound. Welcome. So the first thing we're going to go over today is I've got a showing appointment today with clients, and I also have a listing appointment today. So, back in March, we weren't allowed to meet have any in-person meetings in the real estate field. In fact, we do everything virtually. So it's really a privilege that we can meet in person. However, in order to keep that privilege alive, we have to follow some rules. So here are some ground rules, okay? And these rules are simply off the MLS page, which the general public doesn't always have access to, although you can get a copy of these if you'd like to see them. Also, these ground rules were put in place from the governor in cooperation with the Washington Association of Realtors and MLS. So, what are the required protocols? And these protocols are not only for the brokers and the agents in Washington State, but they also need to be followed by the client. So if you're a buyer and you're going to view a home, you need to know these protocols. And I recommend you ask your agent for a copy because buyers need to understand these protocols just as much as the agents do. Okay? So, first rule is all showings need to be by appointment only. There's no more last minute, hey, can we just stop by and see this one too showings. Every showing needs to be made in advance by appointment only, and we're conducting those showings right now using a program called Showing Time. That's typically how we're doing these appointment only showings, okay? So if you're a buyer, respect this, be aware of it, and plan ahead. Don't expect to have same day showings. It'd be really rare. What I would expect is at least a 24 to 48 hour turnaround so that your agent has time to set these up and so that the seller has time to prepare their house. Because sellers are needing to take additional precautions to have their home prepared to meet protocols. All right, the second protocol. Face coverings are required by all parties. So if you're a buyer, you have to be wearing a face covering as well as the agent, okay? So our protocols say they are to be worn at all times by real estate brokers, their clients, and industry partners, which includes appraisers, inspectors, photographers, stagers, anybody who's participating in real estate activities. So here's the add-on to this protocol. Real estate brokers may not provide services to any client who does not wear a face covering. So if you show up to a showing and your broker hands you a face mask or a face covering, simply accept it graciously, thank them, move on. This isn't they're not trying to be difficult. They're simply following MLS rules right now. And we have to follow MLS rules. We have being MLS members, we take our MLS protocols very seriously, okay? And we can be fined and penalized for not following MLS rules. So you wearing a mask is part of what we have to do for our job. All right. Next protocol. No more than 3 people, and this includes the realtor or broker, okay, may be at a property at one time. So that could be the broker and a parent and a child, for example. It could be the broker and a buyer and one other person, but that's it. Everybody else has to wait in the car or not come. All right, so you have to plan ahead and be aware. No more than 3 people at a property at a time. And this goes for inspections. So on inspection day, it might be the broker, the buyer, one buyer, and the inspector. Okay, so no more than 3 people. One of them must be the broker. No more than 3 people at a property at a time. One of them must be the broker. All right, next protocol. No real estate open houses or similar invitations to view a property without an appointment shall be permitted. Okay, so, and brokers may not leave a third party unattended in a property, and that's always been a rule. I don't know why they felt the need to include that in these new protocols, because it's been a rule since. That's why we have brokers. That's a safety issue. Here's probably the other thing that was really good, since they updated the protocols, is that we can now have photographers, stagers, sign installers, things that allow us to conduct listings correctly. But everyone needs to be wearing a mask. And again, no more than 3 people on a property at a time. One of them must be the broker. Okay. If you have any need appointments for showings, those are the highlights there. Those are probably the big ones that are important for the public to know. If you have any questions, leave them below in the comments section. If you found this video helpful, share it with your friends and your buddies. Like our Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Have a great week. My name is Stephanie Dupuis with Dupuis Team at Keller Williams West Sound, and we will see you right here next week. Same time, same dial, same channel. All right.